everyone and welcome back to the channel that knows nothing. I'm Jem and let's get to it. The pain. Oh my god, it's so fucking hot. Not anything to do with what I'm about to be talking about, but oh my lord, why is it so hot down here? Oh my god, I hate it. Okay, so this one is not going to be a Fandom Friday for a lot of reasons. One, because I'm about to rant my ass off about this and how much it fucking annoys me. So I feel like by default it just falls into Wacky Wednesday because that's where most of my rants go. So, yay, ranting! I love going to the bookstore. It makes me feel so happy, but also there are so many moments in there where I just want to grab a parent by the front of their shirt and just shake them and be like, what the fuck, dude? I mean, you know, young child, what the frick, dude? You know, do I have those moments? Because I feel like I have them like 90% of the time that I go in there. I'm going to tell you about this one story that happened quite recently. But yeah, it was not fun, and I was quite close to what was happening, and I was just like, huh, okay, this is weird. If I was your parent, I would be buying you that book. Anyway, rewind to the beginning. So I'm in the YA section, as always. Would you actually expect me to be anywhere else in the bookstore, really? Just anywhere else, not really. Either there or the classics, but let's be honest, I already had looked at them, so young adult it was. Anyway, this girl comes in a school uniform. I would guess maybe 15 years old, maybe a little bit younger, maybe 14. I don't know. She is definitely at that level where she would be reading, like, young adult and not child books. Anyway, she picks up, I don't know whether to say the book or not. I'm going to say the book. It just so happens I have this book on my shelf. So it's Patrick Ness, The Knife of Never Letting Go. This book, from what I've heard, is so freaking popular within the Patrick Ness fandom. Like, what the fuck? Anyway, that's not the problem. That's not the problem, okay? Obviously, it's popular. I own it. Anyway, I have not yet read this book, so please don't judge me for this. Let me continue telling the story. Anyway, so she picks up this book, and she looks at the back, and she goes, oh, you know, it's $18 or something around that price. And she has her father and her mother there, and the father's just like, $18 each. And I'm like, yes, books cost money. It's so shocking. Books no longer cost $5. Books are expensive, which thank God, because authors actually need to get paid. Anyway, that's aside the point. Anyway, it was very frustrating, like standing there and like witnessing this conversation happen, because one, it made me so mad because he was just saying basically the book shouldn't cost that much because it's shit. And I'm like, one, how would you even fucking know that if you don't know the author or what he has written? You're just basing it off the cover and the blurb. And it was really annoying because basically they were listing, like the parents were listing all these reasons why this child shouldn't have the book. And I'm just like, maybe it was the way I was raised, maybe it's the way that I'm, like, you know, the person that I am now, but, and maybe it's because I'm not an asshole, but I wouldn't take a child into a shop, especially like a bookstore, being a book person, I wouldn't take a child into a shop and then pick up a book and then not get it for them. I mean, obviously you don't take a toddler into a toy store and buy them all the toys, but she seems like that age that, you know, she doesn't expect all this much from her parents, only to buy her this one book. And obviously she's not old enough to have a job quite yet, but like, it's just a book. And that was like my mind frame, like, it's just a book. Like, honestly, like, it's a book. Why would you not get a book for your kid? Like, that boosts like so much like imagination and creativity in them. Maybe your child will go on to be a creative person. You don't know that. Why wouldn't you just let them explore that side of themselves? Anyway, it irritated me so much because mainly the guy didn't want to get it because of the price of it. Continuing the story, the girl actually had rented or like borrowed, not rented, borrowed the book from the school library, but like, you know, school libraries, they only let you have that for a certain amount of time, and you almost never finish it in the time frame that they give you. And maybe she wanted to have that, like, book for herself, and I didn't obviously I didn't say anything to these people. Like, I was just like standing there and looking at the books, but also it was hard not to listen to this conversation like unfolding in front of me. It gets to the point where the dad's just like, you're never gonna read that again. Like, I'm not getting that for you because you're never gonna read it again. And the little girl was just kind of like, well, you don't know that I'm not gonna read it again. He's just like, oh, but I do, you know, blah, 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 blah. And I was just like, wow, you're actually an asshole. Like, you won't buy your daughter a book? And it annoyed me because they were having such a loud conversation about it. And the mum is just like standing there and like she's just like, oh, what if I pay like for half of it or something? And the dad's just like, oh, well, you don't have the money to pay for half. You don't have this, you don't have that. And I'm just like, well, you're making it quite clear what she doesn't have. And now that you're making it quite clear that she's not going to get the book either. So why are you persisting? Like, and why did you even bring her in here in the beginning? Like, why did you say, oh, let's go get that book that you wanted? Oh, wait, it's $18. I'm not going to get that for you. Like, it just seems so cruel to do that to your kid. Like, I don't have kids, but like, if I did, I wouldn't be that fucking cruel to a 14, 15-year-old. Like, oh my god. Surely they would have like some idea of the worth of money or like something like that, since she's offering to pay for half of this book with you, but you're being an utter... Yes, that's right. I had to bleep that out because even that word is bad on my channel. But you're being an utter asshole about this and not compromising. And he's just like, we pay so much school fees for you. You may as well use the library and blah, 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 blah. And then she's like, but they don't have the second book. Like, they only had the first one. She's like, so what if you get me the second one? And he's just like, nah, we're not doing this. I'm out. Goodbye. And they leave the store. And I was just standing there in utter, like, what the fuck? What a douche canoe. What? It just happened. Why did you bring her in here? I was so confused, basically, to sum up everything that just happened. Anyway, I left the store with this bag of books, and part of me wanted to get that book for her because, like, books, for me, they mean so much to me. Like, a lot of books I have kept from, like, when I was like a little kid, and like maybe they're books that I'll never read again, but I don't know what the future holds. Like, maybe I'll use those books in the future. I have no idea. Anyway, but part of me wanted to buy that book for her, but also like I was so intimidated by the dad, so I probably wouldn't have, because who knows what could have happened in that sort of situation. But I was so confused, and I remember going home and being like, Mum, this really weird situation happened when I was at this bookstore. And she's kind of like, well, Beck, when doesn't a weird situation happen to you at a bookstore? And that sounds really weird. I meant like with parents being assholes to their children. And she, like, I told her the story and she's just like, my god, I would never take you into a bookstore. You would be so sad if I did that to you. Like, because sometimes when I go shopping, like, in different cities and stuff, like, my parents pay for my books, which I absolutely love because it means I don't have to pay for them. But, like, I'm more than happy to spend, like, $18 on a book, or more than $18 on a book, especially if it's a book that I'm going to love and probably reread in the future. But, oh my god, I couldn't believe that these parents had brought her into this store to actually buy her a book and then gone, fuck you, it's $18, as if that's happening. And I know people have different financial issues, but it just seems like a dick move to take someone into a store being like, we're gonna get you something, and then say no. Like, is it just me? But anyway, guys, that's all that I have for you today. It was really weird, but yeah, I feel sorry for that kid. I hope she eventually gets that Patrick Ness book, because, you know, every kid deserves to have something special to them, and like that, it just hurt me. Physically hurt me. Anyway, guys, like if you can relate to this, because parents in bookstores, oh my god, they seem like such assholes. Anyway, guys, I'll see you next time. Please like, subscribe, because that is always nice, and goodbye.